Hey, what's up? This is Scott with Level Up Tutorials, and in this video, we're going to be showing you the most basic example for routing. We're going to be routing between one static page and one page that's dynamically injecting another template. So let's get going on that right now. So if your Meteor app is not already running, you can go ahead and run it. Now we should really only see this. There is no route for path and then the / because we have no routes. We have nothing really set up. We created a couple of templates here, this home layout and the main layout, but there's nothing telling anything to use them. So of course, our Meteor site's just looking at index.html and all it's seeing is this. So how do we want to proceed about building routes? What we want to do is create a lib folder. So we can do new folder, lib. Now at the root of now within that folder, let's go ahead and create a file, and I'm just going to name this file routes.js. Okay, so here we have our file that we're going to use for routing. So let's go ahead and make this happen, right? So to use flow router, really what we have to do, we just have to use the route method of flow router. So we can say flow router.route. Now inside of these parentheses, now here we can pass it in the actual path. So I'm just going to say /. Now I can have a comma, curly bracket, and open and close. Close that off with a semicolon. Now inside of here, we can do a couple of things. This is where we're going to be adding some properties to this object here, along with an action that's going to tell Meteor to render a specific template. So here we can say name, and let's give this a name. The name is just going to be home. That way we can refer to this route by its name if we would like. We can say go home, and it's going to know to use this route as home. Now next we need an action. Now this is what's going to happen once we hit this route. We can use this syntax where we simply just have parentheses and then open and close curly brackets like this. And this is going to run this function, and this is going to use this action. Now we can simply say blaze layout.render. And we're going to then pass it in the name of the layout. Since this is the home, we want to use the home layout. Wrap that up with a semicolon. So this is basically saying once we hit this route path, then render this template. Since this template's not expecting any other zones or anything like that, if we head back to our site, of course, because this is Meteor, you should see this is already up and running. We have this organize your meals, we have the sign in box, we have the my recipe book, we have everything up and running here. Okay, so now let's actually go ahead and create another route here. Let's go ahead and create our route that's going to be using this main layout. However, we're going to need a template to actually throw into this main layout. So inside of this file here, I'm going to make this better, don't worry about this. For right now, we're gonna break all this out into their own files. But just to show off this routing, we can do template name, and let's just go ahead and name this test for right now. And we can say hello, not with the W though. Okay, cool, so we can say hello to let you know that this layout is going to be thrown into this dynamic template tag. Now, I put this in the same file. Like I said, it's just temporary. However, putting this in this file does not have anything to actually do with this layout. Where we're going to be defining the connection between these two templates is going to be in our route itself. So let's jump back to our routes and let's go ahead and add another route. Now this route can be defined basically the same way. So what I'm going to do is just copy this last line just so we don't have to type all that boilerplate sort of stuff. And we can just give this a test route here. We can say test. And once again, we have an action. Now, this action can, this time, instead of just taking one file, what we can do is to say, take the main layout like so, and we're going to want to enter something into the main area. If you remember, we named this area, we named it main. So to do that, we can just simply say comma. Now we have an object. And now we need the name of that template area, which is main, and then colon. Now we're going to pass it a string. This string is going to be the name of the template we want to render into that layout. So we want to render the test capitalized template into this layout. So we can do that just simply by pasting in test. So now with this route, when we visit this /test, we should be able to see the main layout template with the words hello with exclamation points in it. So we have our one route here. Now if we do /test, enter, you can see we have this hello with the exclamation points. We still have our header. Everything is working just as we would expect. Okay, cool. So we have just defined our first 2 routes. We have officially able to take a layout, throw some stuff into that layout, as well as just render a plain old page. Now in the next couple of videos, we're going to be diving into more of this stuff. We're going to be actually creating our recipe. We're going to get started on our collections, adding our schema and everything like that. So as always, this is Scott with Level Up Tutorials. If you have any questions or comments, leave a comment in the video or hit me up at Twitter or Facebook at Level Up Tutorials. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. By the way, if you want to help support Level Up Tutorials, head over to store.leveluptutorials.com. There are men's and ladies t-shirts up there. There are stickers for sale, and very soon there's going to be some premium video content to download. So check out store.leveluptutorials.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.